3, 2, 1.
Welcome to another episode of Let's Get Drunk with B-Rad. I'm your host, B-Rad, and this is Labor Day weekend, so it's kind of a special edition. I'm going to pay tribute to another Kansas beer, and this brewery, I believe, is big enough to sell in different states. I believe they sell in Missouri, Oklahoma, a few of the other surrounding states. So if you're one of the followers outside of Kansas, I believe you can still purchase this beer outside of it. So good for you, good for me, good for everyone. If you're going to drink, don't drive. If you're going to drive, don't drink. It's something near and dear to my heart. 22 veterans die a day to PTSD, suicide. So what you can do is recognize that this disease kills 22 veterans a day, along with many civilians. And if you know someone suffering from it, just give them a call, say hi, give them a smile. Just a simple recognition could save their life. All right, I've always got a special beer for you. Of course, always special. Cameraman, gosh, man. You know what? No matter, even if I set this tripod up in advance, my counter it's a little slippery, so I'll put that combination in there. I've got a beer out of Lawrence, Kansas, Free State. Free State is one of the more popular beers here in Kansas. Almost any restaurant you go to has Free State probably on tap. Your old Chicago's, your Buffalo Wild Wings, Applebee's, Chili's, places like that have a big tap selection, or they have them in bottles. But I picked this particular beer because of the name. Not only because they are out of Manhattan, but I went to Manhattan one time. My nephew plays in a band, and he was playing up in Manhattan. I went there, and I tried to go. Free State has a restaurant. Man, it was packed. I couldn't even get in there. So that's my little story with Free State, because Free State, I could not get a lot of information. I believe the information that I got off the website is the information I'm going to read to you on the bottle. So, Storm Chaser IPA, check that out. Now, we live in Kansas, so we are very weather-ridden state. So of course we have a fair share of bad weather, tornadoes, and therefore, so I love the fact that their labeling on this one is spot on. You have an old time truck chasing the storms. Man, I'm going to give Free State a 5 on the name for the IPA and the marketing for that. All right, Free State Brewing Company, established in 1989, is the original craft brewery in the Great Plains. We continue to enjoy exploring both new and traditional flavors and beers and pairing them with good food. Lots of laughter and living conversations. I do believe, if I read right, they are one of the first craft breweries in Kansas, I think. Storm Chaser is a bright, citrusy, and hoppy with a crisp, refreshing finish. Does it have the alcohol by volume? No, it doesn't. Lawrence, Kansas. I'm sorry. I said Manhattan. It's Lawrence. I'm sorry. I was on Facebook earlier, and one of my friends was in Manhattan at the K-State Wildcat game, and I don't know. That was stuck in my head. Let's get on with the beer review. All right. Because I cannot find the official Let's see how she pours the official beer opener of B-Rad's. All right. She's got a good head on her. The head's not dissipating at all. It's got small to medium bubbles all the way around it. It's got a really, really nice citrusy smell. A nice little cloudy for IPA. I give the look a 4.0. I give the smell a 4.0. It smells really delicious. Let's see, I'll give it a little bit more. It's got a strong citrus smell. It'd be hard to choose on this one what citrus it is, but it could. I'm feeling it's a combination. But as I taste it, maybe I can get a little bit more of that. But I'm most definitely getting like some grapefruit in there, maybe a little orange, something in there, and of course you can still have the hop in it. Let's give her a taste. Yeah, it's an IPA and it's very smooth. A real subtle. It's got a subtle initial as you're tasting it, or it's going down. It's very subtle, and then on the back end you have that hoppiness flavor, and the citrusy blend it has. It's smooth. It does have a bit of an aftertaste to it, but most IPAs do. Very smooth. This is definitely a beer that I can enjoy. If you're an IPA lover, I am an IPA lover, so I could, I most definitely buy a 6-pack, 12-pack of this and enjoy. All right. Okay, the taste, I'm going to give the taste a 3.6. All right, 3.6 on the taste. And something, a little segment I like to call the chuggability test. Okay, and this is solely for the purpose of I'm doing the work for you. Remember, the best beer is free beer, your beer, and the beer that you like to enjoy at the end of the day. I'm just driving that truck down the road, getting you to a beer destination, hopefully that you'll love. And the chuggability is based upon you find yourself in a bar, someone's challenging you to what I call a chug off. So, the winner has to buy the other one a beer. Normally, my friend Casey Patch is in the house. He's challenging you. I'm going to do the work for you. See, maybe you have a chance to beat Casey. Probably not, because he is a beer swiggling pirate marine. And I just said that in my worst Irish accent. All right, here we go. Woo! Now, what I love about these chugs that I do, I get a lot of flavor and stuff with this. I mean, beer testers might ought to try that. I mean, because I'm getting a lot of different flavors in here. It's a lot more hoppy, and it's got a nice kind of grassy type taste to it. But yeah, that should be something that people put down in there. You may or may not beat Casey Patch. I don't know. That's up to you. I did the work for you. Remember, I'm trying to help you out because I love telling stories, and I could not find any history or anything on this Free State besides they opened in 1989, and I believe they were the first official craft brewery to open in the state of Kansas. Other than that, I couldn't find anything on them. I love to tell stories about the history, about the breweries that craft these beers. Okay, and like the one in El Dorado, Walnut River. They had a great story, especially that the place they took over once upon a time was a brothel for 20 years at that. During Prohibition, they weren't worried about the prostitution. They were worried about busting people for booze, which I'm sure prostitution and that go hand in hand. Free State, Not a whole lot about them, but I can tell you when I was in Lawrence and I tried to eat at that restaurant, man, it was packed and we could not get in. So that's obviously telling me these guys do some really good business. Plus, they're in liquor stores with a pretty wide variety of their beer. So, and the grocery stores also now because they sell strong beer. All right. Uh, some of our veterans out there, or some of our active duty military, aren't able to have this 3-day weekend because they're overseas, being deployed, serving their country. But this part is for the fallen, the men and women that sacrificed all for this country, so we could have Labor Day. And you motherfuckers without a job, don't be freaking celebrating Labor Day. American bourbon, of course. I promise you, as soon as I get done with this, we're gonna bust up another bottle. But I bought a bottle of scotch, so I like me a little scotch, like me a little bourbon too, and I'm especially fond of this because it's a veteran-owned and operated business. Gunny from, or not Gunny, first sergeant from Grunt Style. He tells the violent but true bedtime stories. Also likes to enjoy a little bourbon, but so do I. All right, and of course, always a chest to pull wherever you are. Ooh, America. All right, there's a lot of people I need to pay thank you to. That my 39 subscribers, of course. Thank you guys very much, and thank you to my family and friends that watch my YouTube channel. Please subscribe. Of course, Brad Lance, Scott Losky, Casey Patch, Chris Nicholson, Chris Schmidt, David Aslan, some of my brothers that I serve with. Of course, my Marine Corps family, Lynn Johnson, John Sanders. Thank you. I didn't even realize you watch this, but thank you. I thank each and every one of you. Please share the shit out of this so someday I can quit my job and live the American dream. But I honestly love just to find information on these breweries and tell the stories about these craft breweries and how they came about and why they're still strong today. Obviously, 1989 is nothing to laugh about. I mean, something to be pretty proud of that they've been in business for that long. So, Semper motherfucking Fi.